Hi students, in this video I'm going to explain the randomized complete block design problem and how to analyze these problems using Microsoft Excel. So first let's read the problem that is shown here and then we will take it to Excel. A chemist wishes to test the effect of 4 chemical agents on the strength of a particular type of cloth. Because there might be variability from one bolt to another, the chemist decides to use a randomized block design with the bolts of cloth considered as blocks. So what's going on here is the problem statement is we want to test the effect of 4 different chemical agents on the strength of the cloth. Okay, that's the main problem. Our interest is in the variable chemical agent. There are 4 different chemical agents and we want to see whether they are different from each other in the context of their effect on the strength of the cloth, or there are no differences, they are all same. So that's our real problem, right? That's what we want to analyze. But at the same time, the chemist suspect that the different bolt of cloth, they may have variability in themselves. So that is another significant factor. Even though we are not interested in studying that factor, but we cannot ignore it, right? Otherwise, that will affect our main analysis. So we need to give it proper consideration. So what does she do? She selects 5 bolts and applies all 4 chemicals in a random order to each bolt. The resulting tensile strengths observations or readings are given in this table. So she selected 5 different bolts of cloth and applied all 4 chemicals to each bolt. So there are basically if you take the chemical agent 1, there are 5 experiments. Chemical 2, there are another 5 experiments because there are 5 different bolts of cloth. So there are 4 different chemical agents and 5 different bolts of cloth. So total number of experiments performed were 4 times 5, 20, and each time the tensile strength is recorded and these values are given in this table. So far so good. Now let's see, analyze the data from this experiment. Use alpha value of 0.05, alpha value in significance value, which is most of the time is 5% or 0.05. It doesn't have to be. You can consider, you can also choose alpha value of 0.1, right, or 90% confidence, 10% significance level. But this is more common. 95% confidence and 5% significance level is more common. So our goal is to analyze this data and draw appropriate conclusions, mainly about the chemical agent, whether they are different or they are all same. It doesn't matter which chemical agent you apply, they're gonna produce the same strength in the cloth, right? So let's copy this data and paste it in Excel. Okay, let me do some organizations here. So I'm going to copy that chemical from there and put in A1 cell because I want to keep this cell blank here. Okay, so we have the data now pasted in Excel. Next, to analyze the data, you need to go to the data tab on Excel, and on the data tab under the analysis panel you will see data analysis option. If you don't have that option, that means you need to add in the proper tool pack. To do that, you can go to File, Options, Add-ins, then select the analysis tool pack here and click on go. Then there are 4 different add-ins, but I just need the first one, analysis tool pack, so that box should be checked, and click OK. Since in my case it is already there, I don't have to click OK right now. So but that's how you add analysis tool pack in Excel. Okay, so now I'm gonna click on the data analysis, and there are various options available here. We need to choose analysis of variance ANOVA 2-factor. Why 2-factor? Because we have this main factor chemical agent, that's a one factor, single factor, and there is another factor which is basically the bolt. Once again, this is a randomized complete block design. Block means the variable that we are not interested in studying, but that can have significant impact on the output. So we need to give it proper consideration. And under randomized complete block design, we need to block it. So that's why this is basically blocks, 5 different blocks. So this is a 2-factor ANOVA. ANOVA 2-factor without replication, because since again this is a randomized complete block design, so we need to choose the second option, 2-factor without replication. Then OK. Now input range, so I will select this entire table here. OK. Labels, are the labels included in your input range? Yes, the first row 1 2 3 4 5 are different bolts of cloth, and the first column 1 2 3 4 those are different chemical agents. So yes, the labels are included in our input range. Alpha value of 0.05, which is what is given in the problem statement, so that is good. And now where do you want to paste the results? So let's click output range. You can put them in new worksheet, but I'm just gonna put it in the same worksheet here, output range, and maybe I will start from H2 cell here. OK, and OK. So here are our answers. So let's take a look at them. So first you will see that some summary statistics is provided in the first table. Summary statistics for, if you see here, summary statistics for 1 2 3 4 chemical agents, all the 4 chemical agents. So count 5, that means 5 experiments were conducted with chemical 1 agent, chemical agent 1, right? 5 different experiments were performed. So total count 5. Sum of these observed values of tensile strength, which is 353. You take the average of these values, that is 70.6, that is given here, and variance 9.3. And similarly for the chemical agent 2 and 3 and 4. Next is the similar summary statistics for different bolts of cloth. So for example, first bolt of cloth, we have 4 experiments performed on bolt 1, so count is 4. Sum of the observed values is 294, average is 73.5 for each column, I guess, so each column, and variance for the first column is 1. And then for second bolt of cloth, we have summary statistics for these 4 data points. So that's that table, just provides some nice summary, but our main interest is in the ANOVA table, which is here. Now ANOVA table is basically differentiates the sources of variation, right? It separates the total variance in various sources. So total variation in the terms of sum square 191.75. So what are the different sources for that variance? If let's say if there are no variations, there are no differences between different chemical agents. Each, no matter which chemical agent you choose, it's going to have same impact on the tensile strength of the cloth. Also, if there were no differences in different bolts of cloth, then what will happen? And then there is no standard error also. Just consider a situation where there is no standard error. Standard error means all other factors that are not explicitly documented here, but that are always present, such as different operators performing different experiment, varying atmospheric conditions, and many other factors that is just simply grouped as noise or standard error. So if there is no standard error, there are no differences in chemical agents, there are no variations in bolts of cloth. If we have that situation, that means each time we perform the experiment, we should get the same tensile strength, because there are no variations. So we should be able to repeat the same value of tensile strength in each of the experiment. But that's not the case here. We have different values. That means there is a variation. Now we are interested in studying the variation caused by various chemical agents, right? That we are interested in studying whether there are differences in these four chemical agents. That's the only factor we are interested in studying. But that variation can be caused by that, or it can be caused because of the different bolts of cloth, or it can just be a standard noise, right? So that means there is no significance. It's just a standard noise. So we'll find that by looking at the ANOVA table. So rows means we look again, going back to our original table here. Rows mean each row has different chemical agent, right? Chemical agent 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can change that. I can call it chemical agent, and columns is basically different bolt of cloth, right? So bolt. So that will give us clear idea, and the rest of this error. So total variation in our experiment can be divided among these three sources: chemical agent, which is the factor that we are interested in studying; bolt, which is the factor that may have significant impact on the output; and standard error. So we look at the sum square values, mean square values, but these last three columns, the F values and P values, are more important for us to answer that question. So the rule is, if the F statistics value is less than the critical F value that is given, this is the value that is obtained from the experimental data. If that value of F is less than F critical value, that means we cannot reject the null hypothesis. And what does the hypothesis stating? Null hypothesis says that there are no differences in four different chemical agents. There are no differences. They don't have any differences on the strength of the cloth. That's null hypothesis. An alternative hypothesis says at least one of them is different. But since F value, the observed F value, is less than F critical value, we can safely conclude that there are no variation or there are no significant variations because of the chemical agent, right? There are no differences in chemical agents. Okay, either you look at that, or you can look at P value. P value in this case is 0.12114, and we compare that P value with our alpha value, which is 0.05. So there is a 5% chance of, when we say alpha value of 5%, means 5% chance of error is acceptable. But in this case 0.12114, that means there is a 12% chance of error in our analysis. So that's not acceptable. That means it cannot be just because of chance. So again, same conclusion. If the observed P value is higher than alpha value, or the observed F value is smaller than F critical value, in those cases we can conclude that there are no differences in chemical agent, or whatever factor in different problems we will have. So similarly, we can look at our block, which is the bolt of cloth, uh, whether it has whether it is significant source of variation. So looking at F value, very high F value as compared to F critical value. So that means yes, the variation in tensile strength is caused by the very differences between different bolts of cloth, right? So the different bolts of cloth have variability for sure. Once again, if you look at p value, which is 2.1 into multiplied by 10 to the power minus 0.5 minus 5. So to make it easy, I can just make it up to 2 decimal places. I can format sales. It's almost 0 number, and I will make 4 decimal places. Okay, it's gonna be 0. So yes, p value is 0. That there's absolutely no chance of error, right? That means p value is less than alpha value of 0.05. Observed f value is higher than the critical value of f. That means that the different bolts of cloth have variability. So that's the analysis. In this problem, our main factor didn't have any effect, but you will come across problems where your main factor is the main cause of variation. So when you will work on other problems, particularly in the homework, you will see different outcomes or different conclusions. So with that, I will stop here. Thank you.